Imagine, if you will, shooting like a rocket, tearing across the water at 300 miles an hour. Well, that was exactly what Lee Taylor was doing when his rocket-powered boat suddenly ripped apart at 300 miles an hour, killing him instantly. Lee was trying to recapture the world speed record on water for a powerboat, a record that he had held for 10 years. But tragedy, not triumph, awaited him on that fatal day at Lake Tahoe, and PO Magazine's Jan Yanahiro was there.
I'm waiting, but the engine's not. It's cooking like hell.
For 2 days in November, here on Lake Tahoe, Lee Taylor tried to regain the world water speed record in his rocket-powered boat, Discovery II. Tragically, he became the 6th challenger in this century to die making the attempt, ending his 10-year dream. This is the story of that final quest.
He's just a super guy, and he's just lived for, ever since he broke the record before, he's just lived for breaking the record again, and that's all he lives it, he breathes it, and sleeps it as far as that's concerned, and he has absolutely, he has just no concern except for one thing, and that's to break this record.
I think that we'll get a good run. The rollers, though, it's what because there's no boats moving around out there.
Well, I will tell you what's causing some of it. This helicopter's chopping up some. Joe and I's up there high. Yeah, you can see him. He's mushrooming out, and the rollers are starting right out there. Part of that's caused by him.
We have some rollers in there that are not the least bit runnable, really. Not for the U.S. Discovery II. We could create more damage to the craft. I mean, we can go out and run on it, but we're not going to accomplish anything. It gives you spasmodic forward motions, it's like this. Now, with just a little bit of a chop, the craft just gets up and just sings right across the top of that. But the rollers is just a positive, negative.
Basically a rocket fuel. It's very dangerous if it gets in contact with your skin or any metal, and there is a possibility of explosion if it's a fast release. These are entry suits that we borrowed from Mather Air Force Base.
Basically, our rules are that the boat has to travel at least 1 kilometer, and we have that measured distance on the course, and it must be timed within that distance in both directions. One run must follow the other, consecutive runs. We'll take and total the speeds and average it for the 2 runs.
We expect the boat, the U.S. Discovery II, to be traveling between our time traps in about 5.6 seconds. That would be about 400 miles an hour.
Well, it looks like we're ready to run now. The water's ready for us, and we're ready for the water.
Back up 2 runs together.
We've got our angles worked out so that we can direct the cobalt right to half a mile before the start on either end. And as a matter of safety feature, we can also triangulate any kind of an accident.
I feel he's really got a good chance or a good shot at it, but I hope he just uses his head like he did yesterday and, you know, looks everything over, and if it's not right, shut it down, because there's always another day. You know, those hospital beds are really lonely. I know, I've been there a few times, and it's no fun. But that's part of the price you have to pay sometime when you're doing something like this. On the ragged edge. it's just, it's something that I can't really describe that well, but I think Lee and myself have both been spoiled very, very much because this is such a natural, beautiful, high feeling that it's very hard to duplicate.
It's not sounding quite right to me. I think we have a leak back there in the throttle valve. I hear a constant air pressure, but go ahead. Do you think we should purge again? The engine's really cooking good back there. I'm waiting, but the engine's not. It's cooking like hell.
Lee Taylor was killed instantly, his dream of speed ending in a nightmare for his friends and family. But everyone who knew Taylor knew he loved walking that fine line between life and death, living intensely, dying quickly.
Unofficially, Lee had already set a world speed record. Last April, he was clocked at 333 miles an hour in his boat Discovery II, but it was only a test and didn't count as an official record. Please, stay with us. Tomorrow we'll be right back with the PM Departments.